Hello, all guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watched a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling. And hey, Austin. Guess what? Guess what, Austin?
Yeah.
It's Holly Jolly season, baby, and Santa came early this year.
I guess
Santa
it is.
came early this year. What? Where are we this week, Austin? Where are we going back to?
We're going back to Boyle Heights, California, for more of Lucha Underground Season 2.
That's fucking right. And I had a present dropped in my lap by the big man himself, related to this to our return.
The big guy, Ryback.
The big guy, Ryback. Absolutely. No, Mick Foley.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, before he got run over by a sports car.
Right.
So it correlates to this episode. Let's see what's in the bag. Fucking depression. Everything is terrible. Welcome to the darkest days of the temple yet, baby. Holy shit, everything's fucked up.
Textually, the darkest days of the temple.
True.
Not metatextually.
Not metatextually. Metatextually, we're doing great. Metatextually, it's ho 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 and a holly jolly too, baby. But textually, yeah. Oh shit, things are not. Oh shit, what the fuck? What? There's a guy. It's a monster. What?
There is a bigger dude now.
We had a big dude,
now he's a bigger. Now we have a bigger dude.
Yeah. We had the big dude, and then they were like, hey, I heard you like big dudes though, so we got you an even bigger dude, and his name is Jeff.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. So anyway, yes, Boyle Heights, we're back in Lucha Underground. I have missed it here. What's going on, my man?
So last time we were here, I mean, there's not much going on in the episode besides, the big thing, which was Aztec Warfare.
The big episode spanning match, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we opened with a little bit of a skitty skit backstage where Pentagon Jr. staked his claim to the title before Katrina showed up and was like, wait, no, you're not in the match.
Yeah,
you can't do that. Actually. And Pentagon was like, I'll remember that. Cero Miedo.
And they went to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, they did Katrina took them to the Shadow Realm for a while.
Yeah, just a nice little company excursion, a weekend workouting, as it were, to the Shadow Realm.
But then otherwise it was just Aztec Warfare.
Yeah, and it was sick as fuck. And in the most insane of insane fucking twists, when Mil Muertes came down at his promised final spot in Aztec Warfare, Pentagon
she snapped the deck. She was like, Phoenix, you're first. Mil, you're last.
Yeah, and Mil indeed did come out. Well, so Mil supposedly came out last, but then Pentagon did indeed remember that, and he basically fucked up Mil Muertes to the point where he got immediately eliminated. And then, oh no, Mil did not, in fact, come out last. Dario Cueto shows up. He's like, hey, Katrina, you thought you stacked the deck. Well, I stacked the deck.
By adding I added another person. I added
a 21st entrant to the fucking Royal Rumble Aztec Warfare. And out comes Matanza Cueto, the Eldritch being.
And he gets to show it as he beats the last 9 competitors in the match and wins.
Wrecks everybody's shit immediately, and it was awesome.
It was such a cool thing. We go back and watch our last episode about this.
I was about to say, I think we did
more, but
our breakdown of that, we were both kind of floored by how masterfully crafted that final few minutes of Aztec Warfare was. It was really brilliant.
It really takes you and the audience on a ride of new guy comes in, he hits a bunch of cool moves and eliminates a lot of the riffraff that was still kind of left around. The mid card is still hanging around the match. He Joey Ryan's brilliant scheme was to handcuff himself to the guardrail so no one could eliminate him, and Mill just ripped him out of the handcuffs.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's cool and great. And then like Mill starts also bodying like all of your faves.
Well, no, not Mill, Matanza.
Matanza, excuse me.
Yeah.
Matanza starts bodying your faves, and the crowd starts getting this like, okay.
Oh shit. That's the thing. Is
like,
Phoenix,
oh shit.
Phoenix almost immediately gets eliminated by Matanza. So the new champ, this ray of light, ray, no pun intended, this ray of light in the temple is just snuffed out immediately, and it's just fucking downhill from there.
It works its way down to Rey Mysterio being the last man, having entered second in the match in his debut in Lucha Underground, and like everyone's pulling for him, and he gets close, but he still does not pin Matanza. Yeah, I'll have to get used to that. Yeah. And so Matanza,
the different PBG.
They had to name them both M. So Matanza Cueto, the monster, is now the Lucha Underground champion.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe they put that guy over. I bet he can't even cut a good promo. God damn. What kind of name for a champion is Jeff anyway? And
have someone fired for Warner.
I sure hope somebody got fired for that. Outstanding. So yeah, shit's fucked, guys.
Yeah, it's not great. No. After 2 weeks ago with such a big triumphant, like, we have conquered the darkness. When all of Katrina's guys lost their belts, and now suddenly, oh shit, there's a new monster in town.
Yeah. This fucking show really fondles your balls for a second. They're like, oh, things are gonna be okay again. Nope. Yeah, the rug gets pulled out directly from under you, but it's really well done. Like, the way in which they kind of toy with your emotions is actually like really brilliant. And I think it does a good job at kind of keeping us invested. Because it didn't like come out of nowhere. This is the thing that's been building up to. And Dario seemed to like kind of have a pseudo face turn at the very last second at the end of season 1. So him coming back only to be the supreme motherfucker again is like, he feels like the conquering hero, and then it's about to get 10 times worse under his new regime. It's really brilliantly done. And I don't got anything funny to say, guys. I'm just really legitimately excited to see like where this goes. One of my favorite things about covering Lucha Underground is us like kind of taking a break from like a lot of the like we'll still riff and we'll still joke, but like we kind of take a break from a lot of the kind of like, you know, snarky whatever, and we get to just kind of break down what really good wrestling storytelling looks like. And I feel like this is about to kick into like even more overdrive than we've somehow already been in. I'm just fucking excited. This is going to be so good.
Yeah. So, you know, we don't have time to do a breakdown of all the individual plot stuff that went down in Aztec Warfare 2. You know, we'll bring it back up as we get there.
Give us views. Give us listen.
Go watch the episode, or we'll talk about it as it is relevant.
We crave your engagement. We feed on it as we feed on it as Matanza Cueto feeds on poor innocent jobbers.
So tonight we're gonna watch season 2, episode 10. Next, the first episode back after Aztec Warfare 2. And it is appropriately titled El Jefe is Back.
Oh shit! Very straightforward, very to the point.
Yes. So as we have usually done for these episodes, is I will read the description, because I consider that the spoiler-free version of a preview. You know, because it's the same. If you were watching on a TV guide, this is what they would write and tell you what the episode.
We're getting the legitimate El Rey experience. by doing this.
Yeah, so Dario Cueto returns to the temple and makes the champion defend the Lucha Underground Championship. So right off the bat, we are getting a Matanza Cueto defense.
He said, listen, you big hulking son of a bitch. You may be my brother, but you're going to be a workhorse goddamn champion.
I mean, as you'll see, as someone who remembers this era of Lucha Underground, Matanza Cueto is going to be a hell of a workhorse champion.
That's really exciting. Like, we saw like Jeff Cobb Matanza do the monster shit. We saw Matanza do the monster shit, but like, I also know Jeff Cobb is a pretty just, gifted wrestler. Like, every time I've seen him pop up as just normal Jeff Cobb in AEW or whatever, I've enjoyed what I've seen. Like, he's agile, he's strong, he's acrobatic. Like, he's got a lot of the package going for him. So I'm legitimately excited to see like what some of this shit looks like from him. Especially going up against like some of the crazy fucking cruisers.
Yeah. Obviously, there's only going to be so much to it because they're still playing the idea of he's the unstoppable monster. But this will be a chance to kind of see him in a normal match setting when Aztec Warfare is very much designed for him to get his shit in and be like, holy shit, this guy just pinned like 10 dudes.
Yeah, this guy's about to fucking kill a motherfucker.
It'll be cool to see him in like a normal match setting.
Yeah,
it also mentions that Mariposa takes on Sexy Star.
Oh shit, yeah, and we have the Mariposa, the fucking continuation of the kidnapping storyline going.
They did not play into this last week because none of them were in. Actually, maybe Marty was in Aztec Warfare. I don't remember that.
I can't remember either. I don't think so.
Willie
Mack was, but they didn't really pay lip service to.
I think Marty was, because I think Willie gets.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. Yep. You're
Willie
right.
Comes in after Willie is entering the match as Marty is eliminated, and then beats Marty's ass on his way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise they haven't really picked back up on this plot thread of like of Sexy Star overcoming her kidnappers.
Yeah,
so
and that's another brilliant kind of thing they have going for them is even in the fucking B plot, is like it's creepy as shit. The Mariposa thing's gonna get real fucked up. I feel like, so like they just everything is just it's welcome to the temple. Everything sucks for everybody now. Have fun. Is the running theme. And the atmosphere is impeccable, so I'm excited to see like all of this play out and just be like, man, this show got really depressing all of a sudden.
Yeah. So if you'd like to watch along with us, you can do so. Amazon Prime Video and iTunes both have all the seasons available to watch, to purchase and watch. However, you can, if you know where to look, you can also sail the old high seas for your illegal underground fight club wrestling.
Oh, I feel like I gotta do a Christmas version of it. Ho 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 ho, jolly life for me.
Well, that's gonna get you on the naughty list, I think.
Oh no.
Only coal for you.
Only coal and illegal downloads. Thank you very much. See, like, what do I need to say for
only Adam Cole.
Only I got. Actually, no. Krampus
your stocking's gonna get stuffed with coal, baby.
And then and all of a sudden your stocking turns like Burberry. Yeah. And then Krampus comes and actually undownloads your pirates. Whoops.
Hey, listen, you wouldn't download Fight Club.
You wouldn't download an illegal temple. Anyway.
Yeah. So
stupid.
we will be back in the back half to discuss Lucha Underground Season 2, Episode 10.
Woohoo!
And we are back. We have finished Lucha Underground Season 2, Episode 10. El Jefe is back.
Yeah, once again, the 10th episode of a season of Lucha Underground marking like a distinct turning point in the course of the season. Very. It's kind of wild. They're like sticking to that as like, yeah, the first 10 episodes we're gonna do this whole wind up, and then like episode 10 it all fucking goes crazy, baby.
I mean, it's a bit of an easy hook here both times being the first episode after Aztec Warfare.
That's fair. For some reason I thought Aztec Warfare was later in season 1.
No, it's just I'm pretty sure it's 9 as well.
That's fair. I remember us skipping ahead. I thought we skipped ahead to episode 10. Either way. But yeah, post Aztec Warfare, shit is going down. Yeah, we open the episode recapping a bunch of shit. We recap Sexy Stars PTSD, friendship winning the day with the menage a trois of brutality, the confusing fucking relationship between Pentagon and Vampiro, which is still random. It's still like, Vampiro, what you're on commentary and you're also this evil mentor, and you sometimes pretend like you don't know this guy, and sometimes it's like he's your son. Please go back to therapy. And then Dario being a supreme motherfucker. Everything is going nuts, brother. It's episode 10 of a season of Lucha Underground, so you know shit's about to get wild.
And we open with the cold open of live music.
El Jefe is back indeed, absolutely based, bringing live music back to the... It's so wild to me. They actually, like, did that. Like, it was a purposeful, like, thematic touch that Katrina did not have live music at the temple, and then as soon as Dario's back, they're playing that shit again.
She maniacally murdered the band, murdered the mariachi.
Wait, really?
I feel like I talked about this in the comic book.
Well, you've talked about shit from the comics. I didn't know she murdered the fucking bands.
Yeah, in the comic book, when the Disciples of Death are like running around Los Angeles, finding souls to collect, they murder a bunch of the mariachi bands.
What the fuck? What the hell? But okay, I need to fucking read the like Lucha Underground comic books, because
they are hard as fuck to find. I'll tell you that.
Okay, this is fucking insane. Jesus Christ, what is this like art of Vampiro looking like Darth goddamn Sidious? Holy shit. And that's a hell of a depiction of Matanza. Oh man. Yeah, I can imagine they'd be hard to find, but also holy fuck. Okay, well shit. So Dario just got a live mariachi.
He found new mariachi bands.
Damn, I just thought Katrina was
after the great mariachi massacre.
Oh, fuck, maybe you did talk about this. I do remember you saying something about the mariachi massacre.
We did. We did establish the mariachi massacre.
Man, I fucking forgot about that. In my head, Katrina, the coolest thing Katrina did was just, not call them back, not renew their like performance contracts. No, she didn't renew their life contracts, I guess.
In the Mad Max hellscape of Boyle Heights, California.
Criminologists have spent decades puzzling over why this random ass town in California is like a fucking swirling cyclone epicenter of just all of the murder rates.
Yeah, the murder rate in this town is absolutely insane.
Like 90s, not like 90s New York got nothing on Boyle Heights. Jesus Christ. Okay, well yeah, so Dario flipped through his Rolodex and found the bands that are still alive that he can contract back.
That was an awkward phone conversation.
Oh my god, can you?
He just keeps calling bands and is like, they're dead.
Oh,
they're dead as well.
Like you think like he reaches like some of their loved ones and he mentions that he wants them to perform at the temple and they just start uncontrollably sobbing because
he's like, oh, I see what
he's like, oh shit, sorry, wrong number.
Sorry, wrong number.
Okay. I feel like this. We'll get into it. I feel like this episode kind of reminds us, like, that as much as Dario Cueto talks all that good shit and is, supreme motherfucker with like a scary eldritch monstrosity brother, he's also just kind of like awkward and
is.
that doesn't have the highest charisma stats in the world.
No, he gets by on the fact that he has money and a god for a brother. That is otherwise he is just a kind of awkward dude.
I'm sick of these nepo babies who you know they get a small loan of one eldritch monstrosity brother and are able to skate by in life.
He did get that from his father. His father is the one who produced the eldritch baby.
That's such a eldritch baby is such a magical phrase. I think I need that on a t-shirt. Anyway, yeah. So, and speaking of which, speaking of the fact that Dario is able to skate by on, like, I don't know, daddy's money alone, despite the fact that last week he brought an actual IRL monster into the temple who murdered everybody's faves. The crowd is going ape shit. This is like the Lucha Underground equivalent of like Vince McMahon coming out at the beginning of the first live WWE after COVID, and everyone like bowing down to him as if he's not like deeply in the pocket of the man who made the situation so much worse to fucking begin with. Amazing.
Or like the people that did that when he came on to SmackDown after the first allegations came out about him, and he was like,
my God, I know.
The fucking Jordan Belfort, I'm not fucking going anywhere speech.
Then, now, forever. And everyone's like, oh, yeah. Oh, God. So,
anyway, Dario's in the ring with a microphone. And Dario's like, it feels good to be back in my temple.
Ah, woo! Yeah, Daddy's back!
Aztec Warfare was a spectacular event, but this is only the beginning. Starting next week, there will be a new trios tournament.
He's returning right back to tradition, baby. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
And then in his best Billy Mays, but that's not all.
Oh my God. But wait, there's
more.
There's more. Yeah.
As he has the number one contender for his brother's championship. He has a brilliant idea, but we'll never know what it is because Pentagon Jr. interrupts.
Okay. So Pentagon, I think, has new music by this point. And also, it sounds like he was played in live by Chingon, the band that was like there that night. And the thing is, it wasn't even like a full theme song either. It was like some like 20-second ass like Seinfeld intro music, like the Pentagon Jr. going like bam 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 boom boom. Yeah.
He barges into the apartment like Kramer.
Yeah. I'm out. Yeah. So Pentagon is like actually
he goes, wait a minute, bastard.
Yeah, bastardo. Yeah, absolutely.
Pentagon is like, I didn't even compete last week. You know, I wasn't involved. And Dario says, maybe it's because you're not championship material.
Yeah. Dario says, Penta, you're a B+ player. And then Penta's like, your throat is a B+ player, and starts choking Dario.
Correct. Pentagon demands a match tonight with Matanza. Will you bring him to me? And he goes, no.
Says, no, heart emoji.
And then Penta immediately just pulls Dario down and puts him in the arm break position.
Yeah, and love this detail that like the microphone is still strategically placed on the ground, like right in front of Dario's mouth, and he's like, "Ha, did I say no? I mean, yeah, absolutely, brother, you got that."
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's and Dario immediately starts regretting his life choices, you know. He's like, wait a minute. Was returning to an underground fight club of deeply unstable weirdos actually a stupid move on my part?
No, also, though, if I had a nickel for every time that Pentagon Jr. threatened to break the arm of an authority figure to get a match that he wanted on this season, I would have 2 nickels which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's already happened twice.
I mean, to be fair, I think it's weird that it hasn't happened more. I'm surprised that Pentagon Jr., arm breaking extraordinaire, has not invented authority figures to threaten with arm breaking. So he can, one of the more valuable things we don't really see on screen that Vampiro has taught Penta about is backstage politicking.
I don't know. I think Pentagon should learn to rely more on the soft skills and not like physical coercion.
I don't know. Well, personally, I would respect, if I was that authority figure, I would have far greater respect for someone threatening to break my arm than, someone just saying that doesn't work for me, brother. Like, I appreciate the originality here. But yeah, so anyway,
we go to commercial and we come back. We get the womp stinger, and then the live band fires up again because now for the actual introduction for the show.
The first match of the night. Oh, Matt and Vampiro, yeah.
Well, I did know that Vampiro, when Matt brings up the methods we just watched Pentagon go to, Vampiro's like, that's what you got to do for opportunities. You got to grab them by the throat.
Yeah, again, backstage politicking, the most important thing that Vampiro has taught Pentagon. Vampiro's like, and then if they don't give you what you want, you just walk the fuck out. And Penta's like, I want to break their arm. And he's like, that works too, brother.
You also brother. That.
Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, but first match of the night, baby. Melissa Santos taken away. She announces Johnny Mundo and Taya versus the Crew -1.
Cortez Castro and Mr. Cisco.
Yes, true.
Which is I wrote wild ass and heel versus heel shit up in here.
Well, yeah, except like for some reason, because this crowd has no principles morally ever.
No, they don't.
They're cheering Johnny and Taya at first, and I'm like, okay, so I guess they're the de facto faces of this ? Sure.
This Matt Striker out of context line of the night. How do you steal nipples?
Yeah, okay. No. I need to analyze this, okay? This was fucking like avant-garde poetry. So Cortez Castro and Mr. Cisco comes out, and Vampiro alleges that these two men have known each other essentially since infancy, which we know as the viewing audience is not true, unless Cortez Castro has been balls deep in this sting operation since he was a literal baby.
No. Here's the better idea. The alternative idea is that they were bros for real, and then he became a cop.
Oh no, the ultimate betrayal. See, I'm here for the baby cop idea, but I do like the top 10 anime betrayals angle as well. Yeah. We can each have our own fantasy booking here. But
sure.
Vampiro alleges that these two have known each other effectively since infancy, and that they were that they were stealing nipples and baby milk since kindergarten. Okay. And Stryker follows this up with, how do you steal nipples? And Vampiro responds with, I can't take you anywhere, can I?
Well, what? No, he tries to bullshit an answer.
He's like, yeah, the nipples on the things that the babies suck on. But here's my question, Vampiro. Since kindergarten, I would like to... What, are these boys not weaned off? Are they running a black market of breast milk addicts in kindergarten who are still jonesing for a hit? Or are they so deeply underdeveloped that they need this shit for themselves? And yeah, you didn't think about that dimension, did you? Vampiro just says shit, and if you ever take a second to actually think about it, the implications are fucking horrible. Yeah, that's actually why they got Cortez Castro as a baby. They're like, we need someone on the inside to bust this kindergarten breast milk black market rate. And who better to get than one of the kindergarten? What the sheer poetry of what there are layers to this, Austin. You keep peeling it back and it gets more and more fucked up every time. Oh boy. This deserves an entire college course to study just this little exchange. So anyway,
this match was nothing.
This match was, I have to say, this is like, always love me some like Lucha Underground tier work. This was like the least, like one of the least workiest, like it was just kind of like the matches were just kind of like doing whatever. We're here to service story beats, baby.
Yeah, none of the matches were all that exceptional.
There's one I really enjoyed, but we'll get to it. But
this match I was hoping more from.
Yeah,
I wanted to see heel versus heel shenanigans.
And well,
and nobody does any shenanigans.
There's this weird running
Not
theme
really.
of, like, Johnny tagging himself in and out, and like the crowd is like ooh when he does that, and Taya looks like so too pleased about it when it happens, but then like nothing comes of it. Like
nothing ever will. I'll tell you that.
Wait, really?
No.
Fuck off.
So, Vampiro has one line where he tries to like get across the story in one line of commentary. When he goes, "Am I the only one in the building who realizes John doesn't want to get in there and help out?"
Well, except
to which I wrote, "I hate DAE posts."
DAE?
Does anyone else?
Oh, that's fair.
Reddit posts where it's like, does anyone else insert opinion that there's always some other fucking person who has?
Yeah. The most obvious, does anyone else, like, fuck. No, well, it's weird, though, because he also, like, he does help. Like, he's not just tagging in for glory. He is putting in, like, some work. But, like, and also, like, to be fair, the first time when he tagged himself in, like, Taya kind of was getting her shit rocked. So he was like, yeah, all right, I'll fucking take care of it.
Yeah, the only time that really comes across is, like, when Cisco hot tags in Cortez Castro, and Johnny like parkour rolls over Castro's back and tags in Taya and just bounces.
Yeah, that's like Johnny being on some coward shit. I don't know.
It's not. It's the match doesn't have anything really interesting going on in it.
The commentary note I'll bring up is Stryker, mentions that Johnny Mundo tries to go for his finisher,
the end of the world,
but he goes the end of the world, and in today's political climate, so I guess Stryker is likening this match to the slowly brewing build up to the 2016 presidential election, I guess.
When would he have filmed that? I guess it doesn't matter.
2015.
Clearly, that doesn't matter because it's clearly ADR. Like, that's easy ADR line. Okay, filmed in December 2015, aired in March 2016.
Yeah, so like we're in the build-up. So Stryker just randomly throws in there the 2016 election. That's great.
Cool.
Outstanding. But like, also weird moment where like Johnny saves Taya from getting pinned, and then starts acting like he's the legal man. But we don't have too much time to think about that because the real reason for this match happening.
I'm a machine.
I'm a machine. Cage is here because he just really doesn't like that Johnny Mundo.
Yeah,
though.
so Cage starts coming down the stairs, and Johnny like literally cowers in fear. He backpedals he is on the side of the ring closest to the stairs. He backs up into the ring and then keeps backing up until he is on the outside on the other side of the ring.
Man, remember when Johnny Mundo was like co-main characters with Prince Puma for a second?
Yeah, then he turned heel.
Oh, how the mighty fall.
Anyway, while Johnny Mundo stands there paralyzed in fear or whatever, the crew hit the Psycho Realm, which is, I'm pretty sure, is pretty much the same thing as FTR's move, or close to it.
Oh, it is FTR's move. I don't think that's what they call it, but that is FTR's move.
Yeah, they call it the Psycho Realm. I did write that down, but it is. I thought it was the Shatter Machine / Big Rig. Crew hit it. They pin Taya for the win.
And Cage just gets up on the ring apron to, I guess, intimidate.
They don't get a good shot of it, but I presume, just based on the way that Matt Striker talks about it on commentary, I assume Mundo tried to jump up into the ring after. And
Cage just had to stand up. He's like, "I'm sorry, sir."
Never mind.
Yeah, Johnny Mundo is out here being Johnny Cage. That's a different character. Johnny Mundo is out here being 0 for 2 on properly looking out for his wife when Cage is around. Outstanding. Yeah, but Taya doesn't seem mad about it, so whatever.
No. But then after this we cut to pictures of moths.
We do get an announcement that the next match on the episode will be Disciples of Death coming for a fucking rematch against the Menage a Trois Brutality, which I'm like, okay, that's a choice. See, I fucking told you they weren't dead. I told you. You're like, no, we never see them again. Motherfucker.
Dude, next Disciples? Episode. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. You said that you were trying to insinuate that Mil Muertes fucking killed the Disciples and that we never see him again.
I must have mistaken somewhere, because I do know where the Disciples end, and I knew that wasn't it.
Okay. Well, either way. Disciples are coming for a rematch, I guess. Seems a bit hasty, but but yes, now, oh god, the Moths.
Marty the Moth is sitting in a chair reading a book with an ascot on, like a total dick.
Yeah, speaking of Nepo babies.
And so he goes, a long time ago, a moth tribe ruled the Aztec Empire.
X! I cannot slam the X button hard enough. I doubt that.
This has definitely happened. We've definitely talked about this bit of lore before, because I remember us making fun of how stupid it sounds.
Yeah.
But we in canon, the moth tribes were the rich tribe. Because they are drawn to Aztec gold like their names.
The flame. It's the stupidest fucking justification. But yeah, Marty in his full Nepo baby getup, he's like, yeah, I'm fucking rich. And we get these flashes of what seem like actual real personal pictures from the Marty's life. Maybe even pictures of our man in the shoot world, for real, just pictures he has of him around wealthy. So it's him by a sports car, him in front of a mansion, and then him just drowning in boobs for a brief second. Did you catch that?
No, I missed the boobs.
Yeah, it was the one frame of amongst all these pictures, it's just him with boobs swirling around. I'm like, what the? Hold the fuck up! What?
Wild.
So, anyway,
Marty is when you possess what others want, they get jealous. That's it. The Poors are just jealous of the
Poors. He's our scumbag.
And he's they knew that their wealth would bring war, but they had a secret weapon. And at this point,
and
to understand, they've been cutting back and forth between Marty and the house and just random luchador NPCs.
No. To say that, Austin, is doing a disservice. No. We are looking at the fucking Aztec luchador mafia. Motherfuckers getting out of a black car in full, black suits and also luchador masks.
Of course, the Lucha Mafia, as they say on the streets.
Lucha Mafia. As, a thing that's real.
Yeah, of course, the Lucha Mafia. That's right.
Oh my god.
So Mariposa walks up behind these dudes and starts whooping their asses because, as it turns out, Mariposa is a inherited title for the greatest warrior the Moths had ever seen.
Yeah. And it's at this point we find out that Mariposa is just a fucking super-powered supervillain. Because she just starts murdering motherfuckers.
She does the neck snap thing.
Yeah.
To a dude.
Steven Seagal she fucking Steven Seagal neck snaps one of these motherfuckers.
Her viciousness became legendary, and the Mariposa mask was passed down over generations, and now the deadliest Mariposa of all wears it.
Yeah, so I guess Mariposa is like also so like if we're looking at we're up to 4 monster heels in the temple right now. Well, I guess Penta's kind of a little bit more of a monster face at this point, but we are up to 4 just like insanely powerful motherfuckers in this temple.
I guess it makes sense why his sister is named Butterfly. That doesn't make a lot of sense when you said it, but now it's a title. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was more the fact that it's, but also couldn't it also translate to moth? So like either way.
Yeah, either way, it's not a real person's name. Yeah, what I was getting at. It is
very on the nose
of an insect, but apparently it's a title.
I have to wonder if this is like some like trial by combat shit to decide who gets to be La Mariposa, or if it's just like you're born into it and the mask gives you the power.
Who knows? But
also,
then,
Mariposa is it just me?
Blake, some dude who looked like a knockoff Blue Demon Jr. and beats.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was Blue Demon for a second.
It's
then
not
it wasn't.
him, but it's.
It's like he does.
The mask is evocative of it, though.
And he does like kung fu shit at her, and she just knocks him down and starts like punching his fucking face in. Also, a kind of detail I've noticed about Mariposa's mask, like on this close up, is fucking like her mask is very like evocative of mankind. I feel like
it's the same kind of brown leather, and there's like the stripes in the
strap
mask.
Over the nose and
the mask. Yeah,
I have to wonder if they did that on purpose. Either way, it looks nice.
So apparently, the goal of the Moths is to lead the Moth tribe to rule again. I hope you guys are aware of this, but the Aztec tribe hierarchy doesn't exist anymore. It's 2016.
No, actually, well, they gotta. It's 2016, Austin. They gotta make the Aztec tribes great again. You know.
Hey, now hold on a minute.
In this modern political climate.
No.
But yeah, and then it just this random ass like we didn't need this detail reveal, but it's treated like a thing. Is we like cut over like we get a shot over Marty's shoulder and like the pages of the book are blank. So it's just a prop.
He's just been rattling off the top of his head.
Yeah, which does make him feel a little more insane, but also like why is the book blank? Whatever. We cut to hey, Black Lotus is
Black Lotus
here.
Is the new bodyguard to Dario's office.
Yeah, very this like super this woman who's presented as super badass in season 1, now holding the very distinguished position of Dario Cueto's doorman. But see, here's the problem.
She can't do anything about spooky teleport magic.
Yeah, there do be ghosts about. I have to say, so Katrina, pops into Dario's office like uninterrupted. And
Katrina,
I have to say,
I didn't see you come in. That's your thing, isn't it? Popping in.
I have to say, Katrina's like taking this whole like hostile takeover by Dario, pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, she's kind of Dario's like, thanks for taking care of my temple, but I am the rightful owner. And Katrina's like,
and she doesn't really argue that fact.
Well, good point. Katrina recognizes she did a coup here. She recognizes that she was squatting.
She's like, game recognized game,
Yeah, but your brother is not the rightful owner of that championship, and soon death will come for your brother. And Dario's like, my brother does not fear death, and Katrina pops all up in Dario's face.
I have to say, okay, this is just a sidebar for me, but like we'll talk. I don't know why the cinematography of Lucha Underground is such a recurring theme for us to analyze, but like I have to say something I really appreciate is sometimes the like really clever ways in which like these shots are framed when Katrina's just like teleporting around for fun, so that she can like still kind of jump scare you in the middle of a scene. Like it'll cut away from her to something else, and we'll see another character, and then the camera pans in such a way that she's there all of a sudden. And it's a really like clever touch, and I really appreciate like just little bits of extra effort in the editing like that. I think and the camera movement, I think it's really good.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
She's like, but you do, and he grabs him by the tie. The belligerent sexual tension continues again.
Oh my god.
So Dario is like, hey, I mean, I gave the Disciples of Darkness the title rematch. Well, remember that. I want you to remember that. And then he's like, we have a common enemy here. Maybe we should work together. Katrina's response is, when the time is right, your brother will face death, and this temple will be mine again. Poof.
Dario's like, actually, he's an undead eldritch being. I don't know if he can face the poof. Gone.
No.
And then the best part is we cut back to Black Lotus still standing sentinel in the hall, who just has no idea about any of it.
She's been doing a really good job.
Yeah, she's like, ain't nothing getting past me, and meanwhile ghosts are popping into her boss's office. And then this is interesting. Something I've never seen done in wrestling before. I'm sure it has been done. I am the noob after all. But something personally I have never seen is the Disciples of Death versus the Menage a Trois Brutality. Not only is it a trios match for the trios championships, it is an elimination match for the trios titles, which is actually like really cool and something I would love to see more of with like trios matches, because that's a cool fucking concept.
Yeah, I maybe with an elimination match I'll learn their names, and I did.
I actually did. Well, mostly probably because Stryker and Vampiro finally
say it a lot.
Like,
yeah, they actually
got
say
around
it
to learning their names.
I
am still convinced I am fully convinced that how well we know their names is directly proportional to how well Stryker and Vampiro know their names. I am fully fucking convinced that they did not know their names a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but Barrio Negro is Gold Mask. Trece is Gray Mask. And I knew Sinestro de la Muerte.
De la Muerte is the Purple Mask.
So this match is pretty good.
This is the best match of the night by far.
Not a high bar to clear.
Not a high bar to clear.
But if I have to criticize anything about it, well, you know what? We'll get to it when we get to it. So Angelico starts, he does this really cool arm drag into an armbar move that I was like, whoa there, pal.
And Angelico is a fucking freak of nature. The way he is a
gangly man who knows how to make that work for him.
He's a gangly man who's very good at doing flippy shit. You do the math. So he kind of just starts off the match like kicking ass, and for the first couple minutes, like he tags in Ivelisse, who then goes and tags in Son of Havoc, and like the Menage a Trois Brutality just spends the first couple minutes like utterly fucking bullying Barrio Negro.
Yeah, and then on the other hand, Barrio Negro kind of carries Ivelisse over his shoulder. He tries to tag in Sinestro de la Muerte to a double team, and Sinestro accidentally kicks Barrio Negro instead. So it felt like to me like we were going to tell some story here about, like, ironically, the Menage a Trois Brutality are totally in sync, and the Disciples of Death aren't. And then that doesn't come back at all.
I will say, I have a counterpoint to that I want to address at the end of the match in terms of the story of the match. I have a counterpoint I want to address there.
Okay. Anyway, Ivelisse is picking things up. However, Katrina grabs at Ivelisse from the outside, and then she gets kicked in the face.
And Ivelisse is like, "Fuck yeah, let's fucking go! Let's finally do this!"
and then like I think Trece, because he was the one.
No, it was Barrio Negro. Fucking like kicks her in the fucking face.
Yeah, and then Ivelisse is pinned by Sinestro de la Muerte, and we're down 3-2.
Boo. Trece quickly becomes the legal man and proves himself to be the Marty Jannetty of the Disciples of Death.
Yeah, I mean,
just failing to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, the Disciples are in control for a couple minutes, and then Angelico gets tagged in, and Angelico beats all their asses, and then hits the Fall of the Angels, which is basically a buckle bomb
Oh
to
my god, it's so
Trace.
insane.
And then Trace is pinned, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, rip in peace. Yeah, again, Trace is the least valuable member of this team of indistinguishable zombie men. But yeah, so Stryker reminds us that the refs are explicitly told to be more lenient in high-profile matches. These fucking insane people.
Does high-profile matches in the temple now mean all of them?
All matches. There are no look, man. We have the most like bloodthirsty followers. Like GCW hasn't been invented yet. The freaks who enjoy that shit had to go somewhere first. Okay.
Yeah. I just bought tickets to GCW today, by the way.
Oh, what? Fuck you.
Yeah. I brought front row ringside to the GCW show in Columbus in January.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
Wow, and I find this out on the air. Top 10 anime betrayal.
Oof, I just remember to bring that up. Anyway,
Son of Havoc and Angelico pull off like this insane like I called it an insane stereo salt move because one of them does a moonsault and the other like fucking like does like a suicida or some shit.
Oh yeah, Son of Havoc does a moonsault jumping off the ropes, and then at the same time, Angelico does the full like suicide dive tope con hilo.
Yeah,
at the same time,
but at the same time to Barrio Negro and Sinestro de la Muerte on the floor, that was sick as fuck.
You know, they're rocking and rolling.
Holy
until
shit.
Angelico tries for another Fall of the Angels to Sinestro de la Muerte, and Sinestro does like, it's really weird. It's like he just kind of jumps on Angelico's back and just drives his knee into his back hard enough to make Angelico fall down, and then he just pins him off that.
Catches him off guard. Walkity walk. We got to get to the oh no gaga 1v2 moment.
The thing I hated about this match, and I noticed it here, is that it takes an extremely easy to follow formula of how the match goes. Where you know it goes, it's 3-2 in favor of the heels, and then we tie it up, and then it's 2-1 in favor of the heels. You know, it's very War Games-y. It's a reverse War Games in how and how blatantly obvious it is how we're handling the numbers game here.
Yeah. But that's definitely fair. It was definitely kind of formulaic in how it did that. But here's the thing, I kind of don't care because some of the moves we got out of it was cool as fuck when we get to the Son of Havoc section at the end here. So Son of Havoc
raises the stone.
She raises the stone.
It's over for her menage a trois of brutality.
Okay, but check this out. So Son of Havoc gets grabbed by Barrio Negro and Sinestro de la Muerte, gets thrown like in the tope position toward the ropes, like he's fucking like he's flat back horizontal flying through the air, but he manages to catch himself as he catch himself. I couldn't even, my brain didn't even fully register how the fuck he did this, but he kind of like catches himself like on the ropes and like rebounds back for some like lethal injection type shit on both the motherfuckers behind him, which was insane. So he pulls both of them down. And then you know, Son of Havoc really proving.
And then his move to pin Barrio Negro is he does.
Well, no. But first, excuse you. Son of Havoc proves himself to be the most talented fighter in any tag match ever, because he avoids, of course, the most powerful move in all of tag team wrestling, the double clothesline. Impossible. But
I will say, I didn't mention this, but like there were a couple times twice in the match where like the disciples set up a double team move on Angelico, and I thought at least once they would do like malfunctiony at the junctiony, and they don't. Angelico just blocks it with kicks both times.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
That's kind of cool, yeah. But yes, then this move was insane, please.
Yeah, so Son of Havoc is on the apron, and both guys are both the disciples are kind of bent over in pain here. Son of Havoc does a double back stomp where he basically jumps off the ropes onto Sinestro's back and then frog hops over also onto Barrio's back as well. And then he lands all in one fluid motion. He lands on the ring and then does a standing shooting star press to Barrio Negro and pins him, and we are down to the final two.
Yeah, my man on some Mario shit here, just jumping off one enemy to get to jump on top of another enemy. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm pretty sure Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how he sounds. Well, I guess some of him would be, "Wahoo! Look at me, I'm Son of Havoc." In his like voice that in his voice that is somehow not pitch shifted down is just naturally like that. But yeah, and then on the outside, Ivelisse takes out Katrina.
Yeah, because Havoc goes up to top to kind of finish Sinestro de la Muerte. Katrina knocks him off the top rope, and then in runs Ivelisse as Stryker yells, "The bitch is back!" And then she super kicks Katrina. And then Son of Havoc hits a suicide dive and then a moonsault for the win.
Yes,
all right. Done it.
They have. And okay, so this is where I will bring up my counterpoint to what you were saying earlier, because the thing for me is like I don't kind of love like doing hasty rematches like this, especially if they just come the fuck out of nowhere. Like if you get like a major dub over like an enemy, and then the enemy's like, actually want a rematch, fuck you. Like it's kind of the reason I don't like the WWE like rematch clause shit for world titles. However,
and plus, like part of the story of the last time they fought was how absolutely definitively owned the Disciples of Death. Like it wasn't close. That was kind of the point, is that they finally united together and kind of kicked their asses.
Yeah. I will say for this, like, it serves as kind of like, I guess I kind of forgot like how definitive the last one was. I thought the last one was like more of a war, with the
I thought maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but like it felt to me like a not necessarily a squash, but like a very we're the better team. Like we're no more bullshit. No more dysfunction. We're the better team.
I feel like I do remember like DOD giving them some hell. I guess I'd have to go back and rewatch it, because I remember it still being kind of a war for them. Like it was still triumphant and we still saw them come together. But to me, what worked for me, at least with how I remembered how things played out last time, was like this felt like the definitive like this is Menage a Trois brutality at their absolute strongest. Like after fighting what I remember to be an absolute war with the DOD, like this time it did feel like they had a lot of like epic ownage of that, like even to a greater degree. Like this is the definitive, like even when like DOD is winning the fucking numbers game, they're able to pull some sneaky shit to get a one-up on the good guys. Like the good guys are just so insanely like in sync and also and like powered up, that even that shit is no big deal for them. This is their like defiance moment, and it's like it's the ultimate like disgrace of the DOD of like, you guys aren't even a fucking threat anymore. You guys are just down to being putties. Which with Dario announcing a new trios tournament at the beginning of this episode, I appreciated this as kind of like one last like chance to really beef them up as like new final bosses for the combatants in the trios tournament.
I was gonna say that I do see that, and like I definitely think it's kind of like they're putting a very definitive end to this Disciples of Death stuff.
Yeah.
Right as we're starting a new trios tournament. And like the trios champions are at their strongest they've ever been, arguably.
Yup. Yeah. It's the definitive, like, we are here and we are the best trios team in this fucking temple. You need to step the fuck up to beat us. So I did appreciate it from that angle.
So Angelico runs back in the ring. He hugs Son of Havoc, and they celebrate with their titles. Woohoo! And then
Indeed.
back to Dario's office, which has more than one bull statue.
And also just like a fuckload of booze, which I've never really noticed before.
Crazy amount of alcohol. But
man, I always knew my man was hammered when he put together these insane matches.
Dario needs to have enough alcohol that he can always offer drinks to whoever walks in the office.
Yeah, really.
So Dario is a little starstruck. He can't believe it. Rey Mysterio is here in his temple.
Yeah.
Rey is like, I'm here for El Dragon Azteca. And Dario's like, well, yes, it was great seeing him in Aztec warfare. That's right. And Rey's like, no. I'm here for El Dragon Azteca, my mentor, the man who came into this temple and never came out.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Dario goes, I know nothing about that.
Yeah, okay. Rey Mysterio is here to fucking conduct mob business with Dario Cueto. I love like Rey Mysterio being in on this whole like luchador mob like fucking faction war shit. I love that he's in on this. And so like when he's not just like hanging around in the upper mid card of WWE, he's like a fucking like luchador mob boss essentially. So he's like big leaguing Dario essentially, and you know, he says something about Dario's brother and the fact that you know, last time Dragon Azteca was here.
He says the Dragon Azteca is dead, and he's pretty sure that Dario's brother is responsible.
And Dario goes, my brother had nothing to do with this, which is technically true.
No, no way.
I thought it was Black Lotus that killed him.
Oh, you're right. It is.
Yeah. So it's technically true that his brother had, but also Dario, again, charisma mod of 0, maybe even in the negatives, is like he still is clearly like sus as fuck.
He swears on the gods. He goes, I swear to you and to the gods that my brother had nothing to do with what happened to him.
Yeah, very specific wording. Yeah, so fucking like, yeah, like Rey mentioned El Dragon Azteca, and Dario just immediately starts sweating.
No, Dario goes like, hey, I mean, you know, the beef between my dad and El Dragon Azteca, that's in the past. We don't need to dig that up.
Yeah,
you know, it's over. And Dario, he's like, he is a man of today. He is not a man of the past. And so he is the modern man. So Dario says he was impressed with Rey in Aztec warfare, and it would be his honor if he and El Dragon Azteca Jr. competed here in this temple, as long as they both agree to leave the past in the past.
Oh yeah, no, Rey, you can absolutely be all underground, but only if you promise to never ask me any tough questions about the mob hit that he had nothing to do with, that I had nothing to do with.
Again.
Don't talk about it ever again.
Never ask me about this ever
and then
again.
You can get your fancy Rey Mysterio's #all-underground graphic. It's fine.
Yeah. So he pours a drink for him and Rey accepts the toast to Dragon Azteca.
Indeed. Pour one out for a real one. So, cut back to the ring. Sexy Star has, I guess, decided she's gotten over her PTSD enough to fight Mariposa.
I did write, though, Sexy Star in her saddest black ring gear.
True. So, although
she is in all black.
I highly suspect that Mac had more to do with this decision than Sexy did, because Sexy's clearly still like fucked up, and Mac's like, "Come on, girl, you can do this." And it's like,
and Mac is like the only way to get. And Mac is like the only way to get over your trauma is to literally fight it.
Yeah.
What? Mac would not make a good therapist, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, man, I just really I have a great sense of, you know,
you need exposure therapy to your fucking kidnapper.
Yeah, yeah, we really gotta work some cognitive behavioral therapy when it comes to these irrational fears you have about, you know, your kidnapper.
Right? Yeah.
It's all in my new book.
It's all in your head, Sexy.
It's all, yeah.
Fear is all in the mind.
My God. So yeah. So this is a terrible idea, but they're doing it anyway, I guess.
And Mariposa is accompanied by Marty, who's in his shitty ass yellow t-shirt. I love that he still dresses like some incel mark, even after it has been established that he is actually rich as fuck.
Well, this is him like this is like his like role playing, right? This is how he gets over the guilt of being like a nepo baby fail son is he
dresses like a neckbeard?
Yeah, it's his version of like what the motherfuckers in Rent do, where they're like, we're actually poor hipsters, despite the fact that we have access to all of our parents' money always.
Ooh, that's a good point. Good thing Marty's not trying to make a movie about poor people.
Well, no, he's just trying to help lead a mob war. So much more respectable. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so match begins, and dear listeners, I am sorry to report that the greatest Moth Tribe warrior in all of history is a Mike Green in the ring.
The thing is, she's really kind of not.
I don't know, man.
In the sense that cheerleader Melissa has been an active wrestler since.
Fuck! That is cheerleader Melissa. Fuck! I forgot about that. She
debuted in 1999. So. It's not that she is green. It's that she is a little bit. She's not quite the athlete that you might want.
Nah, for the greatest warrior in all of the Moth Tribe's history.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, her movement's a little stiff and awkward.
Hey, that's the former Rashida Saeed to you.
Yeah. I'm just saying, have we ever seen Shida Saeed and La Mariposa in the same room?
No. So, I mean, there is a neat story here in that Sexy Star does not get off a single offensive maneuver.
She does not want to be here, man. This
mostly
is all Max.
Tries to run away, though one time she tries to run to the outside and Marty straight up creeps his ass up in her and smells her hair or whatever and tosses her back in.
Yeah. Great little fucking bit of like creepy fucking imagery there.
So like Sexy allegedly tries to lock in a submission or something. Mariposa pretty quickly powers out of it, and then she does the butterfly effect.
Which why the fuck does commentary know her moveset already?
That's a good question. Okay.
Well, I guess as we've established, Stryker and Vampiro are extremely well versed in Aztec tribe lore.
Okay.
So maybe this is a standard finisher.
To try to describe the butterfly effect is she locks her arms in Sexy Stars. Does she do it from the pedigree position or the kill switch position? I don't remember which.
I think Sexy Star kind of has her in a pedigree-ish position, and then Mariposa reverses it into something more.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Okay, because she has her locked with Sexy Star's like head butting into the back, into the back, lower back of Mariposa. Then Mariposa lifts Sexy Star up, and then it's like a reverse gory bomb. Or inverted gory bomb. Basically, my point is that she has Sexy Star lifted up on her back and then drops her on her neck.
Yeah. Brutal looking fucking move.
Which is Melissa's normal. It's a pile driver, except that the guy getting pile drived is on your back instead of to your front.
Yeah, interesting looking move.
Which is which is one of Melissa's normal moves. The kudo.
Well,
driver.
There you go. Nicely let her keep, and it's got because you're hooking the arm, so it's got like a butterfly wing sort of effect.
Yeah, and you called it the butterfly effect. Anyway, Mariposa wins.
Vampiro comments on this very convincing performance from Mariposa. They're putting in that overtime to get her over.
Trying, Matt Mac gets in the ring to check on Sexy Star. Marty runs in to beat up Mac, and then he holds Mac up for Mariposa to kick, and the kick is so awkward. And that was what I noticed, was like, this was not smooth looking at all here.
Yeah, Mariposa, the greatest Mariposa in all of Moth Tribe history is the Marty Jannetty of her like future tag team with her brother. Because these motherfuckers had a tandem finisher too, so we're definitely getting like a tag.
He wheelbarrow lifts Mariposa to slam onto Mac.
Yeah, so we're definitely getting like a tag team match down the line with Marty, Mariposa, Mac, and Sexy Star. I've seen the future, Austin. Yeah, so
then we go down to the Matanza dungeon.
Yes. And
he's
Dario's
like
yeah, totally not like ADR'd growls while Dario's like monologuing.
So Dario opens the door and he's got the title belt. The final boss music is hidden.
True.
And Dario is like, "You've done well, but our work is far from over." And he tells Matanza to break Pentagon's back tonight so he never comes back to the temple.
Yeah, he's like, he loves to break arms, so break his fucking back. Just bane him while you're at it. Yeah, so it is time. Penta comes out for the match, and then Matanza comes out for the match. Marty Elias is not entirely convinced he's not about to be eaten by the Monster Man.
So, like, I don't know if the structure of this episode was the right way to do this, because this is kind of back-to-back squashes to end the episode.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It's a weird kind of decision to make, I think.
Yeah.
But Penta gets a few more moves in because they're selling the idea that Matanza is basically invincible.
Yeah. Something I really want to point out early on, like we've been talking between the last Lucha Underground episode and this one about how much we're going to be kind of analyzing the workhorse championness of Matanza. So something I want to kind of now that we're in an actual match of his and not just like him fucking murdering people during Aztec warfare, I want to the first big thing of him I want to highlight is that Jeff Cobb does a really good job here at giving Matanza like this sort of mindlessness in how he presents himself in the like he does a great job at kind of having that kind of horror movie villain monster zombie or like Jason or Michael Myers shit where he's like he's slow, he's lumbering, he's very clearly strong. Like he does a good job at making like each footfall of his as he walks feel like it has like fucking weight to it. And he's just a little bit unfocused in his gaze. Like he's not all entirely there until he gets a murder target in his sights, and that it's just actually you are the only thing I have focus on until you are dead.
Yeah.
So he does so the physicality with Matanza off the bat is brilliant. Jeff Cobb is embodying this character insanely well. So that's really cool to see is like, again, we talked about this with the structure of his match last time, but feeling like this proper like fucking horror movie monster. Very well done on his part. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like, so Penta opens with some of his normal strike combos, like the kick to the back of the thigh, doesn't work. Super kick does nothing.
Yeah, really using his agility to his advantage.
He does his like lung blower. Knees to the back, and Matanza just immediately gets up.
And Penta's like, he literally does like the like arms shrug, like he's like, that usually works.
So and then after that, Matanza just throws Penta around the whole rest of the match.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so he throws Penta to ringside. And he's just going at the back. We are selling the idea that he's trying to hurt his back.
True.
Real bad.
True. I am surprised we don't get like the Bane image. I would have loved to see that.
I feel like they should have done that. Fuck it.
Right.
They should have done the Bane image. But Matanza, he throws Pentagon through the wooden chairs where the crowd sits. Vampiro starts freaking out on commentary about like Pentagon might being hurt.
Yeah, he's very
point,
concerned about his son's well-being.
He is. Matanza throws Penta into the guardrail, and he like rips at Pentagon's mask. They are really pushing the idea, and to be fair, they're kind of right, that we have never seen Pentagon this vulnerable and this downbeaten.
No, we haven't. Like, this is fucked up to see, because Pentagon was one of the monster heels of season 1. Like, it was Mil Muertes and him. It was those two. And now he's kind of a face just because he's so like insanely violent.
It's solely just because people love the guy, not because he's
and because the Cero Miedo pop is like insanely easy and fun to do.
Yeah, but he's not. He's an anti-hero-esque kind of character at this point.
Yeah,
and he is just getting annihilated
entirely. Matanza keeps tossing him around. He rips a bit at Penta's mask, which, you know, Penta has for the most part gone like, I can't remember if he got his mask ripped at all in his fight with Vampiro.
I don't think so. Not really.
Yeah, so Pentagon has gone over a season without his mask being jeopardized. He's had it too good for too long, I say.
His brother is constantly getting that mask ripped, but
yeah, well, it's funny now because like removing like Penta's mask is like, this poor man cannot keep his mask on his head to save his goddamn life.
Well, you know, it's like it's that funny thing about Lucha Libre, in that it is the most like sacred thing ever. And so, like, also that means all the heels go for it for the cheap heat.
But it's just fucking him. Like in the year of our Lord 2023, like from what I've seen of him in AEW, that shit has happened to him so much more than it's ever happened to like Phoenix or any other fucking luchador on AEW programming. This man. So the fact that he's gone for over a season without his mask being in jeopardy, I say no more. Thank you, Matanza, for letting nature heal a little bit by jeopardizing.
Matt started with a really good line of like, you can almost feel the fear in the chants of the believers. Like the whole time they're going like Cero Miedo, but like also
there's a lot of Miedo.
There's a lot of Miedo happening here.
Un poco miedo, but you know that doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
Does not. So huge suplex to Penta back in the ring, and then Matanza hits the Wrath of the Gods.
Yes, we were talking about that last time.
The Tour of the Islands.
Tour of the Islands. Yep. It's cute, you know. He kind of rocks you one way and then slams you. You know, he's like a nice cradle. You know, he's like, "Daddy's here. Daddy will take care of you."
Die, and so Matanza wins with the Wrath of the Gods, and Marty.
And they're trying to sell that.
They're trying referee,
yeah, they're trying to sell that Penta got legitimately hurt during this. You know, it's still all, you know, a work. It's still a kayfabe, but you know, on commentary they're like, he's like, oh shit, he's like hurt. Oh no, oh god,
they're freaking out. Vampiro runs into the ring to try to check on Pentagon, and then Matanza just backs up into a corner and boots Vampiro in the face.
Fuck, man. Yeah, that was so funny too, because Matanza does step back a little bit, and Vampiro's like, "Oh, my son, my boy, look how they massacred my boom, death." Dario is, and then Matanza throws Pentagon back to the outside, keeps beating up on him
back until eventually, and then he slams him through a wooden table that was on the
announce desk. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I don't think it was the announce desk, because there was a shot in the back where you could see like the announce desk. I don't think it's that. I think it was just a wooden table, like where production equipment was or something.
Oh shit. Either way, death. And Vampiro's just like, somebody please, God, get a fucking stretcher.
EMS team gets here and stretchers Pentagon Jr. the fastest that any wrestler has ever been put on a stretcher in history.
I have to say, I don't know if this is intentional, but this is some like, it's like poetry, it rhymes shit. In like a funhouse mirror reflection of their Ultima Lucha match. Where this is the last time I've seen EMS evoked in the Underground Fight Club. Penta is put on a stretcher. Last time it was Vampiro who kind of got put on a stretcher but then escapes. No, Penta's put on a stretcher, is fully loaded into that ambulance.
They got him in the ambulance. Vampiro
follows
the ambulance with him. Meanwhile, Dario and Matanza are just celebrating what they've done.
Dario just looks really horny over all the violence that is.
Now, when he put Penta through the table, Dario like fist bumps. He's like,
yeah. And he's got like the Grinch smile. He's looking over like, yeah.
Yeah. So El Jefe is back for sure.
El Jefe is
rip in peace, Pentagon Jr.
Yeah, you hate to see it. So I guess, Penta in the his karma finally came back to bite him on the ass. Now look who's going to the hospital now, bitch. I was almost surprised that that Matanza didn't break his arm for the disrespect. That would have been funny. I guess he's already faced one potential like reverse. Either way, fine episode. The work wasn't working as hard on this one. Story wise, though, we got some good shit going for us. I did really like the trios match. Shit continues to kind of go crazy with the return of Dario Cueto. It's only gonna get fucking wilder from here.
Yep. So that is the end of season 2, episode 10 of Lucha Underground. Next time, we take a trip to 2006. I think.
Okay.
Right here. Coming off of WrestleMania, where Shawn Michaels wrestled Vince McMahon.
Oh my God.
Shawn won.
Yeah.
Of course.
No shit.
And then,
yeah, really?
Yeah, duh. And then, as we'll see, Vince McMahon decides to overdose on the biggest amount of copium that wrestling has ever seen. As we will soon see that he will be blaming God for this loss. And where that goes is insane. All I'll say about that is because it's time to start Vince McMahon versus God.
Man, it really is. Sometimes I really need to stop and have it put in perspective of just the utterly iconic arcs that you put us through. Most of these have just been banger arc. Obviously some of these arcs are fucking terrible. A lot of these arcs are actually are bad TV, but man, this is I love kind of getting to go to these really iconically unhinged places where it's hey, remember that time Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had a custody ladder match for a child? Remember when Vince McMahon wanted to fight God? I like
the ruthless aggression era is such a fascinating period of time where WWE is not in the Attitude Era anymore.
Yeah.
But they kind of still want to be. And I don't think they really know what to do. The rest of the world is okay, enough Attitude Era. They're no, please come back. We can get crazier, please. Come back. And they really won't let it go until Benoit dies, and then they calm the fuck down for their
McMahon is mandating the writers take twice as much coke, before they start their brainstorming sessions. Fucking hell. Yeah, so this one excites me on the same level as Ray versus Eddie for the custody of Dominic. The ruthless aggression era storylines are really fucked up. And aside from Katie Vick, which was just deeply goddamn offensive, it really is some so bad it's good territory. So I'm excited to be dying. And we have Claire Lynch going at the same time in our schedule.
Oh man,
shit's going crazy right now, Austin. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm very excited to get going on this deeply insane story arc. Anyway.
Yeah. But that's for next time. Until then, David, hit our plugs.
Yes, sir. Dear friends, thank you all so much for joining us on yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. We are so very delighted to have you here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You know the drill. Thank you all so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever the hell it is you use to consume our content. Just we're so glad you guys like spending your time with us. You know, hopefully we made it into your Spotify Wrapped. You know, anyway, I know we've made it into one person's Spotify Wrapped who is not us. So, you know, that's
yeah.
That's you know, I'll take it. That's more Spotify Wraps than I thought I would ever end up in. So I'm fucking happy with that. Hey, new people. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
Do you want to get us on your Spotify Wrap for
2024? Yeah, start now. You know, start early. Start. You know, it's accept the challenge. Thank you all. Thank you, people, for being here, for joining us for the first time. We're so happy that you're here. We hope you had a great time. We hope everything feels accessible. We hope you want to keep coming back to us week after week and get us on your Spotify Wrap for 2024. So I'm gonna tell you all the ways you can do that. Of course, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, make sure it turns a nice little color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Give us all of that sweet engagement. It helps out our channel a lot. If you like our videos and if you comment, you know, it boosts our place in the algorithm. You'll love to see it. Also, we have all of our storylines that we follow on YouTube organized each into their own separate playlists. So if there's something you want to follow all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot, Austin is kind enough to get that all pre-organized for you. You can check it out. It's great. And of course, you can see our beautiful, lovely faces on the video version. See how sexy I look in my Santa hat. It's a good time overall. Yeah, I know. You can't deny it. I look like a goddamn feast. Thank you very much. But anyway, I was thinking. That I know. Thank you. No, it's much appreciated. Thank you. Anyway, so that is for those Noobs and Knockouts podcast on YouTube. If you're a fan of using your eyeballs as well as your ears. However, if you do want to only use your ears, we have your options there as well. You can find us on 3 of the best places to find your podcasts, which of course are Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Come check us out there. Give us a listen. Download our show so you can listen to us offline. Again, some of that sweet engagement, this time in the forms of ratings and reviews, helps our place in the algorithm and, tells other people, hey, these guys are pretty cool. Maybe more people should be checking them out. Great time. The audio-only version on Spotify, on Google, on Apple Podcasts. We hope to see you there. Of course, we have lives somehow outside of this void that we find ourselves in week after week, and you can find us on a few of the other places on the internet if you so choose. If you want to follow us on social media, you can find us at Noobs and Knox Pod on Twitter. That's at Noobs, the letter N, Knox Pod on Twitter. Come check us out there. We do the whole Twitter thing, memes, IWC discourse that makes our brains melt. We put up a post every single time we drop a brand new episode. Of course, the highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting. I've kind of been truant about it recently, but what can you do? But at least in theory, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS, we are watching and tweeting about AEW Dynamite. Given our thoughts, given our takes, our memes, etc. And talking all about that good shit. I kind of handle that one. Additionally, because I am a total AEW mark, when I have the time to, on Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on TNT, we will sometimes watch and tweet about AEW Rampage. And of course, on TNT on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. when I have the time, when I have the inclination, we are watching and tweeting all about AEW Collision. Saturday nights are indeed all right for fighting. They're at least okay for it. I've heard many people are saying this, many such cases. On top of all of that, Austin is a king, being the knockout that he is, who kind of keeps tabs on all of the major company happenings, the big three in America, as it were, and likes to tell you guys all about them. Especially for the noobs in the audience, we kind of like to give you guys a rundown of all the shit that's happening, so you can, if you wanted to get into all this wrestling shit, you can kind of check shit out for yourself. And also, this is our one chance on the show to kind of talk about what's going on in the world of modern wrestling. So, my friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Nothing soon, I'll tell you that.
Hey, yeah, we got T-minus 30 days till World's End on AEW's end, I know, at the very least.
Yeah, so next pay-per-view upcoming, AEW World's End on December.
Such a badass name for a pay-per-view.
It is a good name. December 30th, 2023. I will be watching this one because Ohio State is not making the playoffs. I sure hope. I mean, that might age very poorly, but I doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
There is a path, but it's very unlikely.
It's like the path of my dear Bills to get to the Super Bowl at this point. It's not happening.
We need a lot happen. But anyway, so it is we were main evented by MJF versus Samoa Joe so far. And we will have the Continental Classic, AEW's attempt at the G1, better than the Bound for Glory series, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
we'll have
baby.
more on that in a few weeks. The final for that, for the inaugural Triple Crown Championship, which is the Ring of Honor title, the New Japan Strong Openweight title, and the AEW Continental title.
That's so insane they're combining all those, but I'm kind of fucking into it.
Yeah, I'm here for the New Japan stands freaking the fuck out. And
oh my God.
They really they think that Tony Khan is bullying poor little New Japan into stealing away their like 7th rate title belt.
I know. What the fuck, dude? And also I'm here for all the idiots that are like, they're creating another belt. It is combining belts. It is technically making fewer belts.
We are making fewer belts. Officially.
Why is AEW making more? But shut up! They're literally going belt-ins. They are removing belts. Mm-hmm. Calm down. You're getting what you want.
Yep. So that is upcoming for AEW. We already talked about how you can watch them weekly. Upcoming for TNA. That is right. I did say that right. TNA, total nonstop action. They've been Impact Wrestling for like 8 years, but they are going back.
Now they're like, fuck it.
Yep. So they're coming back under that TNA label at January 13th at Hard to Kill.
Ooh, better than being easy to kill.
Nay, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's their first show back under the TNA banner. If you want to watch them weekly, I'm not going to say you shouldn't, but let it be known that they're also kind of like they're under this period of like trying to rework their production, really upgrade upgrade their stuff. And so they're finishing out the year with just like whatever they can finish with. Really? You know, whatever they already got on the books as shows that are happening. Let's turn that into TV tapings and just kind of get her done, get her finished here.
Just get to the rebrand, baby.
Get to the rebrand is where we're kind of at with them. But
spin those wheels.
Yeah, but if you like to watch them every week, you can do so. Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Access TV, or if you with a $1 a month YouTube subscription, you can watch them every Thursday 8:30 p.m. Eastern, commercial free.
Fuck yeah!
And then for the WWE, they've just finished the Survivor Series where somebody came back. Not Stump.
Yeah, I heard that WWE, this cancer they had that went into remission a good 9 years ago just came back.
Look in my eyes, and what do you see? The Royal Rumble upcoming in January.
Oh, you motherfucker! That rhymed. God damn it! That was good. Fuck you.
Yeah. So on January 27th. First of all, Raw every week on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern on USA Network for now, and SmackDown on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox for now. Is the Royal Rumble season. 30 men enter and 30 women enter, and the winners will get world title matches at WrestleMania XL. That's the branding for WrestleMania 40. It's WrestleMania XL.
XL. Oh my God. Yeah. The Royal Rumble where, did you hear, Austin, this crazy rumor that WWE will indeed be spending the next 2 months building to the Royal Rumble? Did you hear?
That was so fucking funny to me. No fucking shit.
Holy fuck. Really? Holy shit.
Wow, WWE is going to spend their TV building to pay-per-view?
What? Unheard of. Unthinkable.
Crazy. Obviously, we're 2 months out. Not a lot has set in stone here besides the Royal Rumbles. But we do know the first entrant to the Men's Royal Rumble. And David, it's time.
Is it time
to finish the
story? There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. I won't believe it till I see it, bro.
Yep, Cody Rhodes, the first entrant in the Rumble, and who knows?
Again.
Yeah,
ref bump, Solo Sikoa interference. 1, 2, 3. Roman retains. Woo!
They had to hold out because The Rock didn't accept the match yet, so we gotta keep it going another year.
Fucking know. They're trying to play it so coy, like, oh, you know, that's The Rock. He just says crazy shit sometimes.
If The Rock ever wrestles again, I might eat a hat on air.
Hey man, fucking the SAG-AFTRA strike is over.
The window is closed. The window is closed.
I know. It does crack me up that Cena's just like, SAG's on strike. All right. Hi Fed. How we doing?
What's up?
WC, what's up?
But yeah, it is going to go down in history that the last match in The Rock's career is against Eric fucking Rowan. That's what's history. The history books will say.
Man, that is so funny. That will be really funny if he doesn't like step up to the plate to like fight Roman at some point so he can have like a proper final match against look, love me some Eric Rowan, but the fact that was Rock's final ever match is insane.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, January 27th on Peacock. So, check that out if you would like.
Indeed. So sweet. That's everything. All the crazy shit going on in the big three. We like to tell you guys about those pay-per-views, especially, for the noobs. Those pay-per-views can be a really fun kind of jumping on point. Big storylines are wrapping up, new storylines are starting. And you're bound to get some pretty fucking good wrestling on all of these in the year of our Lord 2023. So, be sure to, if you're interested in any of those, check it out. Maybe come join us in the wild, wacky world of wrestling. Either way, you can follow us covering all that shit on @Noobs and Knockouts Pod on Twitter. Of course, you want to get in super long form direct contact with us. You can do that at our email address, noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and, knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come say hi to us. Tell us what you think about the show. Request things you want to see us cover on the show. Yell at us for our hot takes or tell us how based we are. Either way, start a conversation, start some discourse. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, if you want to give a bit of, cha-ching monetary support to us for loving our show so much, you have the option to do that on our Patreon. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link for that is in our Twitter. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout-out at the end of each episode. Shout-out, as always, to friend of the show, the Sugar Daddy, Kyle Smith, for his contributions. We love you, buddy. We hope you enjoy your perks. If you want to enjoy your perks along with our boy, Kyle, be sure to give us that good old little bit of monetary support. Goes a long way over on the Patreon. Just $1 a month, helps out the show more than you would realize. So if you're so inclined, you can do that over on our Patreon. Link for that, once again, is in our Twitter.
See y'all next time.
Hasta luego.